right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies inspired it. And today on the show, it's another of our live podcast episodes. We recorded this one on June 15th at Maya Cinemas here in Las Vegas, and we had an amazing time. Joining me for this is Miss Michelle of the Las Vegas Black Film Festival and DJ Mikey VIP. Both newcomers to the show, and that's always fun to get new people on the show, but also getting multiple new people for a live show. I mean, that is just a fun, wild time to be had. And we're talking about a fun and wild movie called The Blackening, which is totally ridiculous from director Tim Story. But we had a great time with it. It is definitely a movie to see with a crowd, and I hope that when you get to watch the movie that you're seeing it with a crowd, because that's the way to see this thing. But we got that coming up here in a second. Before we get to it, I do want to remind you, as always, to make sure you are subscribed to Piecing It Together wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow us on social media at PiecingPod. Join our Facebook group, Popcorn and Puzzle Pieces, where we continue the conversation about all the movies we talk about here on the show. And, get in touch. If you ever want to join me for an episode of Piecing It Together, I'm always looking for new guests, and I also love hearing what you all think about the show. So, drop a rating review on Apple Podcasts, Good Pod, Spotify, wherever it is you're listening, and just get in touch and let me know what you're thinking. I'm always looking to improve the show, and as a matter of fact, next week I'm going to be doing a survey of my listeners where you can win some prizes. So keep an eye out on the podcast feed. That is coming up next week. And now let's talk about The Blackening. All right, thanks everybody for sticking around. My name is David Rosen. I am the host of Piecing It Together, which is a podcast about movies and the movies that inspired them. And right now we're going to talk about this insane movie we just watched, The Blackening. This is going to be a fun one to get into. Before we get to the movie, though, let's talk about our guests here. First up, Miss Michelle. So happy to have you on the show. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, David, for inviting me. This is exciting because I love to talk, all right? So let's do that. I am a filmmaker, born and raised here in Las Vegas. I am also the founder of the award-winning now 10-year Las Vegas Black Film Festival. I'm proud to say that, even though I call it a Black Film Festival, it has definitely gone global because we welcome films literally from all over the world, from all ethnic backgrounds. And we are so excited that we have been able to continue to grow and expand our brand. So that's who I am, and also a fellow filmmaker. And I have some movies streaming on Tubi and Amazon Prime and all of that. So check your girl out because I got some skills.
Absolutely. And I'm so happy to finally have you on the show, by the way. I've wanted to get you on for a while.
Oh, David, you could have called me a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're here tonight.
Absolutely. Over there is Mikey VIP, who I've known for so many years.
Long time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Back in my old days that I don't talk about much on the podcast, but
he's a gangster rapper.
Wait, what?
I may have been a gangster rapper once upon a time, but that's
saying, it might have been an urban legend, but he's a gangster rapper. He was kind of leader of a gangster rapper.
Yeah,
Anyway.
But Mikey, tell people about what you do.
I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Leo.
Yeah?
I'm a scholar, and I'm just playing. I'm a DJ, father, fan of movies, fan of music, fan of life.
Those are all good things to be fans of.
Right?
Absolutely. Let's before we get into The Blackening too much, what I want to do really quick is explain how the show works to all you who maybe haven't heard the podcast on the actual podcast before. So what we do, we each are going to come up with some other movies. We call them puzzle pieces that we think may have inspired the movie we just watched. And sometimes we might go a little looser and just be like, it reminded me of. But basically, it inspired the movie. And for all these live shows, I always like to use an example puzzle piece, kind of take it off the table. None of us can use it. And this way I can throw it out there and just explain the show. The one we're going to use today is Scary Movie. Because, we are taking a mostly black cast and spoofing basically all of the tropes of horror movies. Right. And we saw them go through what they went through here, and they took it and ran with it, and they kind of laughed in the face of everything that usually you know, people in horror movies end up just getting killed off one by one. They don't fight back. They don't know what the hell to do, but
Right.
they all knew what to do once shit started going down. So what do you guys think? Michelle first, Scary Movie as a piece here.
Scary Movie. You want me to talk about what I think about Scary Movie as it relates to this one?
Sure.
Well, you know, it's definitely a black and white thing. Okay, let's go there.
Yeah.
Because with Scary Movie, of course, everybody's getting picked off and killed off and doing ridiculously crazy things, making choices that just really don't make sense to a black person. Okay, and I think what they did with the Blackening is really shed light on, you know, like, and from a personal point of view, like. In our black culture, unfortunately, but it's true, black people really, in my opinion, okay, it's my opinion, and I'm just saying my opinion because I really don't care what people think. Anyway, black people don't stick together like I think they should, right? But what Tim Story was able to do with this particular story is show the power in how, you know, what we could do if we stick together. So I like what he did with it.
Yeah, I think like, you know, I'm not going to speak on black people, what they do, but like, obviously that is what he's trying to ride off of.
Exactly.
He's trying to take that idea, that nugget of an idea, and just run with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we should talk about Tim Story really quick before we get to Mikey's. Tim Story is an interesting filmmaker.
Yes,
I mean,
he is.
I just rewatched Barbershop the other day. It's so funny.
What's some of his other movies besides Barbershop?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's so hit or miss. Like, I actually kind of like Tom and Jerry that he made a couple of years ago. It's so stupid, but like, it was critically just.
He did the ride along.
The ride along, which
is
with Ice Cube and those guys.
Yeah. I mean, he is definitely hit or miss. I think this is definitely hit as far
I think
as,
so too.
You know, so I'm excited about
This is
that.
weird enough, but did it feel like the main killer was supposed to be Kevin Hart? Did it feel like it?
I mean, that's a possibility.
It could, yeah.
Like they couldn't afford it, baby, and they wrote this a while back. And
Perhaps.
they lost it.
Yeah.
It felt like that was him.
Yeah, it did.
Like
it
he was
did.
supposed to be a total different
Yeah.
who we expected.
Like a play on Kevin
For
Hart's
sure, yeah.
energy. Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Mikey, what about Scary Movie? Fan?
Huge fan.
Yeah.
This was like weird watching it without like Dewayne's brothers in it, you know?
Right.
But the underline to me was Saw.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go to
games
you. That's a first puzzle piece, then. Let's do that. Saw,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about that as well.
I thought you were
too,
going
with
to
the
take
games.
that off at first.
No,
but Saw was
that would have
like-
been a good one to make my example.
That
But let's
reminded
jump
me a
in.
lot. Like I didn't watch anything after the second one.
Yeah,
Somebody ruined it for me, and I vowed to never watch another one.
you're not missing much.
Not
Yeah.
really.
I didn't
no.
think so either, but it felt jigsaw-y.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, this guy's setting up traps and everything, and he knows going in, like, none of it's escapable. Like, he's not expecting them to. And so that's total jigsaw MO there.
Right.
So, that's a good one to kick it off with for you. I like that piece.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Michelle, let's go to you. What do you got for a piece?
Well, there's another piece. The little TV set that was there. I think that was from Get Out. You know, the
Sure.
sunken place or whatever. Yeah. So that was.
Yeah, they
that
even
was a
referenced
thing.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, and I think also another thing as far as like Get Out or also going to more Jordan Peele, going to like Nope, like they're kind of playing with, you know, that response to horror movies, you know, the yelling Get Out or Nope.
For me, Get Out was dope. That was probably
very
one of the
dope.
best movies ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
However, what he followed up with, I'm still trying to figure him out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
with
very
Nope and
crazy.
Nope, and then what was the other one? Us. I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Us 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell asleep. I don't know. It
Yeah,
was
I
just
couldn't connect the
pants
dots.
around the
That's
world
interesting.
and-
I thought I was like the only one who didn't like Us.
It was
I didn't like
very
neither one of
strange.
Nope or Us. It was
Really?
it was
I
Nope and Us.
love Nope. I thought
was
Nope
like
was
Nope.
great.
I
But
was like Nope.
You were like Nope. Yeah, no,
Good movies to
absolutely.
go watch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an experience. Like we lost a lot of people lose the fact of we're trying to be entertained, and you go to the movies to escape reality, and
Right.
you got to get lost in the book sometimes. And,
Right.
You know, I thought Nope was I really like Jordan Peele, so I think if he put out anything, I'm gonna go watch it. So.
Yeah, me too. Except I didn't like that one. I
Yeah.
did go watch it, so that's why I can speak very directly about how I felt about it.
It's a weird one, and like I don't want to go too deep into Jordan Peele, but
Yeah.
like I think that it's exciting for a filmmaker to take big swings like that, whether it
Yeah.
works or not.
Well,
So
he
you know,
took a swing and missed.
But
I'm
at the end of
just
the day,
saying.
we watched it.
yeah,
We
So he
watched
won.
it.
Yeah.
He did win. I'll support him. Even I'll be, rooting for the next one. Come on, Jordan.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
get that win.
absolutely. Well, I'll go to a piece then. I'm gonna go with Game Night. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's
yeah.
fun movie where a bunch of friends get together to play board games at a house,
Yeah.
and shit goes off the rails
Yeah,
very quickly,
yeah,
and
yeah, I
violence
remember that one.
ensues. It's a ridiculous movie. Rachel McAdams is so much fun in that movie,
Yeah.
and I think that the setup of people getting together to play games is just so damn relatable for
Yeah,
anybody. Like
yeah.
regardless of the black culture part of it, like
Yeah.
it's just a relatable thing. Everybody wanting to get together and have a good time.
Yeah, I loved it. I think that Tim Story did really, really, really good with a lot of the blackening things.
Mhm.
Like the theme, how he played on the game, and like what you just said about game night, a reason for everybody to come together. And then from a black perspective, like spades is a game that we play everywhere,
Sure.
all the time, at every get together, every family get together. And that is when people talk so much smack all the time. Families break up over that game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
seriously. So I totally understood when the killer, what was his name in the movie? Can't think of it. Clifford. Yeah, when Clifford
Carlton.
was like, I'm not black enough. Because that's how I feel a lot of the times at my family gatherings. Because, I'm not the best spade player, and they make me feel like I'm not black enough. Seriously.
Important question, Mikey. Can you play spades?
Spades, tunk, and domino.
Come
All
through,
right, all right,
Mikey.
good.
Okay,
Good.
you're going to have a black card. Ain't
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I can't play spades, and I'm an Android user, so I'm
an
like,
Android
I'm
user. Oh,
dying
come on,
in this
David.
movie.
David.
So-
You can use my charger anytime.
Mikey, what do you got for another piece?
Hills have eyes.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, there's so much like horror history in this movie. Like you could
Yeah.
go with so
The
many.
backwood,
Yeah.
nowhere to go, no
Yeah.
signal,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's
you're
right,
screwed
huh?
type stuff,
Yeah, we don't go too deep into these hired hands that Clifton got. These
I was
two
thinking
weird
they were
inbred
like
guys or whatever.
backwood,
Yeah.
inbred.
Yeah.
They were. I was thinking all those extra rooms that were locked
Mhm.
was going to be a bunch of those clone type. Guys.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I didn't.
Yeah.
When they said it was twins, I was thinking a quintuplet or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Right, because they had a lot of doors.
'Cause
Yeah.
They said there's
They
more doors to be open, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh shit, there's one of those monsters behind each one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 That would have been a wild day if it went into like a straight up monster movie. Like everybody, like all these different
What was that
clones
one
coming
with
out.
all the different monsters that were locked up and they had different spells? Too many movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot
I'm
of
not
movies.
sure. But
House on Haunted Hill, I think.
yeah, 13 Ghosts?
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, there we go.
Like
there
there
we
was
go.
one
Yeah.
in each room that
One
had a
in each
different
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
backstory. Like it could have been milk, but
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good one though. That's a good one. Michelle, what do you got next?
Ooh, oh my goodness. Let me think. I can't think of the name of this movie. But
See if we can get it
Yeah,
once
talk
you
it out. We're
once you
good.
talk it out a little
yeah,
bit.
okay, so I'm trying to think who was in it.
scary white guy walks real slow.
Oh, I can't think
I think
of
I know
it.
like 6 movies that are that. but,
Okay, you gotta
yeah.
help me. I can't think of one right now. I
Yeah.
can't think of it.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll go on to another one that I was thinking about.
Okay.
Let's go with The Big Chill. How about just like a fun
okay.
hangout movie, just a bunch of
Yeah.
old friends getting together. I
Okay.
mean, that's about as white as you can get, but at the same time, it's
I like
just
that Big Chill.
I don't even remember that.
yeah,
movie.
it's just a bunch of old friends getting together at a summer house, and they
Yeah.
haven't seen each other in years, So
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of almost 2/3 of this movie. Like
Yeah.
the shit doesn't hit the fan for a while.
Yeah,
You
what
get
was
little
the name?
glimpses, but
Right.
it looks like we've got a puzzle piece from
Okay,
the
William
audience,
Hurt
guys.
starred in that. I think Kevin Kline. I don't remember any black people being in it, but I will tell you, they all get together to hang out because of a funeral,
Mhm.
and all we see of the corpse is the stitches that the doctors made after the corpse had slit his wrists. Anybody here want to guess who the corpse was? Non-speaking role. In it not in it for a minute.
I can't
How about Kevin Costner?
Was it?
Ah.
Kevin Costner was the corpse in The Big Chill,
Oh.
and that's a great 60s.
Trivia
We're getting
question.
trivia night.
That's I didn't know that.
Yeah, some shit hits the fan.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
That's it. I'm out.
Now I gotta watch The Big Chill. Thanks a lot.
I love
About
it.
Scream.
So you gotta go with
Just
Scream.
making fun
You
of the
gotta do
obvious
that
stuff.
one.
You also have that cold open where you're seeing like, one person getting killed and then, eventually we know that something's going down because of what
Yeah.
happened earlier,
Yeah.
So absolutely great one from the audience. Actually, let's open it up. Anybody in the audience have any? You've got one right there. So I got
Yeah, that was
something
the
for you
elephant in the
after
room.
after the
Great.
show. I got you a
Didn't they
prize
poke fun
here.
at that too about the not being able to afford the bigger actors in the
Well, yeah.
beginning, like Jay Pharoah and
Yeah.
I didn't know the other girl's name, but they obviously were higher in the
Right.
food bracket.
Yeah.
Get them for a minute just for that
Yeah.
opening sequence. So
Mhm.
They
yeah,
made fun of Epps and Jada Pinkett.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too. That's true.
That's true.
Anybody else have any pieces you want to bring up? Perry up there. What is it?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, well, yeah.
That there are
Masked
slow-moving white guys in the forest. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You got one
They're
too.
going into the woods.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one. Anybody else?
How about Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
There's a little
show
bit of
scared
him
the
in
crap out
there.
of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Really? It was Halloween for me. It was Halloween with the
Michael
mask
Myers, no
and then
talking.
the spooky moments when he's stepping out.
I
You
know
know.
what you did last summer.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
that-
the storyline afterwards,
Yeah.
he killed the girl driving. That
right,
made
right.
That's
Yeah.
a good point right there. That's a
Yeah.
good pull right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about The Shining?
The
door.
Oh, with the door being locked.
and I think there was also a there was like the carpet pattern at one point too.
Okay.
That pops up in like so many movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Like we end up bringing up The Shining on so many of these
Yeah.
episodes because if nothing else, you get the carpet, the repeating patterns. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's a good one to include too. I'll go with one that's pretty recent, and I know this was based on a short from I believe 2018, I want to say. So so maybe it's a little too new to actually have inspired this, but maybe it inspired this new version of it. But it's a movie called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Have any of you seen that?
Oh, I
Wasn't it
haven't.
like 3D or something?
No, I think I know what you're talking about, but no, this was a movie that kind of, it's the same premise of a bunch of people like getting together in a house and they're gonna play a game, but it's definitely more horror, so it fits more with this than like a game night.
Okay.
But the whole thing is basically set up to make fun of Zennials or like Gen Z or whatever, and so like they're all just addicted to their smartphones the whole time, and like they can't get off their phones, they can't like stop being offended by one another and stuff like that. So it's like it gets into a lot of that stuff. So it's like just that like specific cultural thing that they're kind of like parodying while also having a horror movie and a comedy. And
Yeah.
it's a fun movie. I would definitely recommend checking that one out.
Okay. Bodies, bodies, bodies.
Bodies,
Okay.
bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have to look at
And no, that I think that's one to include on this list. I would I don't know, Mike, you got any others over there?
I mean, it's in the lump sum of the Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, like that
Yeah, those ones.
lone white male walking around killing people. It's
Right.
just kind of it's cliche, but
If it was two this time.
it could have been it could have been any of them.
Teenagers that were just doing stupid stuff and just it was
Yeah. You know what's funny? Not a puzzle piece, but just as like a little observation. We did a live show here at Maya Cinemas. Thanks to Maya Cinemas for doing this. But we did it on Cocaine Bear earlier this year.
Oh,
and I was
okay.
surprised how many similarities there were between Cocaine Bear and this movie. I mean, just that in the woods setup, everything being dark at the end, like was another thing that like reminded me of it. The way that the film was shot, the way that the humor is just so ridiculous in that movie and this movie. I don't know. That was another one that was like kind of
very
coming to
funny.
mind.
It was funny
It
to
was
me
very
too.
funny.
Yeah.
There was a lot of laugh out loud moments.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, and I like, kind of bringing it back to like The Big Chill or like any of those kinds of like, character-based movies. Like these people are all so clearly defined, and like they're like, you really kind of get the idea of their
Each
friendships and
character's cut
everything.
out. There's the mixed girl, there's the nerd, there's the jock, there's the
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gay guy. Like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
there's
It was very inclusive.
yeah.
Everybody was in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And you don't always get that with these horror movies. Sometimes it's just stock characters, but you kind of like really felt the
the
friendships.
writing
and
was
all that.
good. The puns, the fast wittiness, like
Yeah.
the undertone of the nerd dude. Keep wanting to call him Carlton. Clifton, like his undertones and his little funny little mark, like he made the movie to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he was
And
good.
I kind of figured it out that he was part of it.
Uh-huh.
Because
I saw it in
even when he got
Supermarket.
shot, when he got shot outside, I still was like,
Yeah.
that didn't look. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked.
I was
planned.
carefully watching how he got drug away.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he was in the gas station,
Yeah.
it kind of, he wasn't invited.
Right.
I felt it like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of mad they killed off the main star. I mean, the lady in the beginning,
the first one.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like, because I like her.
I like Jay Farrell.
I thought she was going to rise back, come out of the well in the end or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, she might have been one of the bigger stars in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they killed her first. Maybe the budget, right?
Right. One day and she's done, and
Right.
get her out of
They had
here.
to get
Right.
rid of Kevin Hart, so
Yeah, because she was on the Sherry Show this morning
Oh yeah.
promoting the show,
Okay.
the movie. So
Yeah.
her and the guy who played the big buff African guy, he and her are from Issa Rae's Insecure.
Right.
Both of them. So they've made a recognizable face for
Sure.
themselves. So I was kind of disappointed that they killed them, but I guess it was probably budget.
Yeah, there was a lot of smaller name people here that like I didn't recognize from anything, and I know a lot of them were in the short, that short that this was based off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a new faces. Like they didn't want to bring in probably Marlon and Sean and
Yeah.
Right.
But
I actually like that. I mean, that's my niche
they
in the
introduced a
market.
lot of new. I mean, that's our introduction to those folks, probably.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'll throw one more piece in here. I'm going to go with Jumanji as another piece.
Oh yeah.
I mean, another board game based
Finish the
movie.
The board game.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
see, I couldn't. Yeah. there you
But
go.
the thing is, not just the board game. The fact that in order to survive, they all had to work together. Like that was kind of like the theme of this. It was the theme of Jumanji. It was like a
Right.
family getting together and actually working together to survive.
Yeah.
And without that, they have to learn the rules and they have to actually play by the rules and be a team. So that whole thing.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's real good, David. That's
Right
good. I
on.
couldn't think of that one.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah, Jumanji.
Any other puzzle pieces from anybody up here? Anybody out there? I know Mom's probably itching to throw something
the
out.
original, but I don't remember how it ended.
Mhm.
But I think the black guy was alive and the white girl was still alive. Her brother got killed right away. The original black and white Night of the Living Dead.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's so old that you two guys
Yeah.
haven't got a clue, and he wasn't even a thought at that time. So that could be like 1975-ish.
yeah.
or
I think our
something.
version was
And-
Thriller.
Yeah. But the original night we saw that in Greenwich Village at a midnight show. We all shat our
Night of the
pants. It
Living Dead.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And only those two I remember surviving, and then I don't know. They might have got it at the end, and that was my piece.
Yeah.
All right.
There was a little bit of a play on like forget that Tyler Perry movie where all the couples went up into the woods. What was it? How to get? Why did I get married?
Why Did I Get
One or
Married?
two.
Okay.
Yeah, where the couples were up, in the woods together, and then there was a disagreement, and everybody was kind of doing their own thing, and there was the play on the couple was together. Nobody was supposed to know who were together. That there was a kind of a play on
What the hell
that.
was that noise?
I know.
It might be
Super
Spider-
Mario Brothers playing next door. Or something?
Yes.
The Blackening.
Right.
Oh, but before those kids run in this theater or something, Michelle, tell people again where they can find you and everything you're up to.
So, Las Vegas Black Film Festival.com. You can also find me on Instagram at LVBFF. Those are the acronyms for Las Vegas Black Film Festival. And I'm just Miss Michelle Boykin on Facebook. You can find me, and I'm very easy to find. Right, David?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you can support the 11th annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival, which is an annual event celebrating independent filmmakers from all over the world every April, third weekend in April every year for 11 years now.
It's amazing. That's amazing. Round of applause, everybody. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible. Mikey, where can people find you?
MikeyVIP.com has all my social media platforms. Every Thursday I'm at the Backyard. I have the VIP section comedy show.
Isn't this an anniversary right now?
Yeah, last week was our 1 year anniversary.
Nice. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yay!
Yeah, and every Thursday we got that, and then Fridays and Saturdays I do 12 to close. It's like a late night party on Water Street in Henderson.
Okay.
And I have my H9015 merchandise for the City of Henderson clothing line. And I'm always around somewhere, DJing, playing music.
Right on,
Okay.
right on. Well, guys, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you, all of you who are here. Just so you know, we actually have 2 more of these coming up here at Maya Cinemas. Again, thanks to Maya Cinemas for letting us do this.
Very cool.
We're doing Oppenheimer on July 20th and Strays on August 17th. I heard a
Strays.
big
Oh, I got to see that.
reaction from this crowd.
Oh,
so-
that's gonna be a fun.
yeah, and by the way, my mom's going to be one of the guests on the on the
Oh
show,
Lord,
so-
okay. Mom is a mess. Okay, come on, Mom.
Yeah,
Bring it,
so-
bring
Got
it,
your
Mom.
budget right now, huh?
so,
Open the budget for mom.
oh yeah. So hope to see some of you there, and thank you. That's the show.
Thank you. for
Thank
having
you,
me.
thank you, David.
I didn't tell a story.
Mm.
Okay.
I didn't hit
'cause you
stop
kept-
yet, so now we're going to hear the story on the podcast.
Oh,
So
because you keep mentioning Sean and Marlon. So about 100 years ago, there was a club called Top of the Rib, and I took him there. Oh, he couldn't even drink, so I would have to order the rum and coke,
Oh.
to get it by.
yeah, I think it was 19.
And I remember we saw Keenan there, and I had bought him in Rockefeller Center before we moved out here. He's got somewhere in my closet a pair of boxer shorts in living color. They're absolutely gorgeous. So I bring it with me to the show, and then there's a whole lineup because Keenan's going to be signing for people and whatever. And being from Brooklyn, I usually don't wait online. I pushed him right in the front, and Keenan signed the boxes. We got pictures of him and Keenan, and it was a great show. We saw Tommy Davidson there too.
Mhm.
And then he got mad at me with Chris Rock when we saw him down at Bally's or
I
somewhere.
did?
Yeah, because he came out, and the comedians come out to music, and I turned to Dave and I said, "Oh, he's coming out to Cube," and Dave went right down in his seat. He was mortified.
Lovely.
So that's some of my comic experiences, so to speak.
I
Not
told
too
you.
shabby, huh?
I told you, Mom is something else.
I know. So maybe I'll have to post a picture on the feed of those Keenan Ivory Wayne's
yeah, do
boxer
that.
shorts.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
I got that. And you and him are hanging tough. Yeah.
I'm Josh Bell.
And I'm Jason Harris, and we co-host a podcast called Awesome Movie Year.
Each season, we take a look back at an awesome year for movies, which is every year.
We deep dive into these specific years, and we pick out why they were such great years for films. We go over the biggest hits, the biggest flops, the best pictures, some personal picks, some cult classics.
Years we've covered in past seasons include 1994, 2003, 1977, and 1984, and we've got all of film history to look forward to. So check us out at awesomemovieyear.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation about the Blackening. Again, thanks so much to Miss Michelle and Mikey VIP for joining me on that one. We were also supposed to have Marlon Money Stevens. Shout out to him. He had some kind of injury and wasn't able to make it to the show. Hopefully we'll get him on one of the future shows, and speedy recovery to that. But yes, thank you everybody who is out there in the theater watching the movie with us and then listening to us talk about it. It's a fun thing doing these live shows, and I am looking forward to doing more of them. Like I mentioned during the conversation, we've got Oppenheimer coming out on July 20th at Maya Cinemas, and then Strays on August 17th again back at Maya Cinemas. So let's start doing some more of these live shows. I also want to start traveling around and doing some in other cities. I think it would be a really fun thing to keep doing these things and doing them all over the place and getting whoever's out there listening as guests on some of these. So definitely get in touch if you're ever interested in being a guest on Piecing It Together. I'm always looking for new people to join me to piece together these movies. So, I always got to tell you, make sure you're subscribed wherever it is that you're listening. If you're listening right now on Spotify, hit I think it's a follow button. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I don't know, they change what the button is all the time, but it's probably follow or subscribe or something like that. Good Pods, subscribe. And while you're at it, 5-star rating, review. And actually, if you're listening on Good Pods, you can also comment right on the episode and tell me if there's a puzzle piece you thought of for the Blackening that we didn't mention on the show. I'd love to hear it. And then I will read it on our next trailers episode where I read listener puzzle pieces. So do get in touch and do that. Also, we are on social media at Piecing Pod. You could join our Facebook group, Popcorn and Puzzle Pieces. And you could check out the Patreon, the Produced by David Rosen Patreon, where I post bonus and advanced content from Piecing It Together, Awesome Movie Year, and my music career. I'm actually, if it's not this week, it'll be next week, going to be posting a brand new soundtrack album that hasn't been released yet. It's going up on the Patreon exclusively. And so, along with a bunch of advanced episodes of Piecing It Together, there's an Awesome Movie Year bonus episode right now, and I think we'll be recording another one of those in a couple weeks. So lots of great content. It's patreon.com/bydavidrosen. If you want to support this show and everything else that I do, you can go subscribe over there, and I really do appreciate that. Now let's close this out with a piece of music like I always do. And Mikey VIP alluded to my gangsta comedy rap background, and so I don't play this stuff very often on the show, but I think if I'm going to play one of these tracks on any episode, it's going to be the Blackening. So let's play one of the songs from my old days as a comedy gangster rapper. This is a song called I'm A Killa, Hey, and it's from the D-Mize Dee Rockz album D and Detox. I hope you enjoy it, and you probably won't hear much about this anytime soon from me, although we might actually be doing another album sometime soon. But even then, I don't know if I'll talk about it much on the feed, but anything's possible. Who knows? But anyway, enjoy this. It's called I'm A Killa. We'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
I'm a killer, hey, I'm a killer. 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 Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and they're gonna kill you too. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and I'm gonna kill you too. I'm a killer, hey, and you're nothing. Fuck with me if you want, but you know I'm not bluffing. If you heard of me, you heard of MC Ren, I'm a Jewish Dave, and you know that we be putting motherfuckers in the grave. As a matter of fact, you know what? Fuck rap. All I really wanna do is peel motherfuckers' wigs back and make them hurt, make them die, make them bleed out of the eyes, make them beg for their lives on the last night of their lives. This is killer rap. It's kinda my thing, making my enemies die and making beats that bang. Death to everyone who isn't one of my pups. I'm a crazy motherfucker from my brain to my nuts. My favorite thing about life is stabbing people to death. I fucking murder everybody till there's nobody left. I'ma do it till I die, which means probably forever, right? Here's a new song that you can take to your next life. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and they're gonna kill you too. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and they're gonna kill you too.
Only three things guaranteed in life, yo, what's that? Death, taxes, and demise with a knife. You can try if you like, but you gon' end up dead. Or at least you'll be missing a head, or an arm, or a heart, or any other body part. It's hard for me to stop killing once I start. All they'll find is entrails, fucking covered with semen. You better think twice before you slide into my DM. I'm the demon hiding in the closet under your bed. Eyes glowing and my teeth are all red. I'm the noise you hear when you think you're home alone, and then I'll haunt your dreams, say you think you can't go on. You call the suicide hotline, I'll pick up the phone, but I won't get off the line until your brains is blown. I'm the thriller, a gorilla, a motherfucking caterpillar, but for real I'm a motherfucking killer.
Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and they're gonna kill you too. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody 'cause it's just what I do. Hey, ha, I'm a killer. Killing everybody and I'm gonna kill you too. I'm a killer. Hey, I'm a killer. 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 I'm a killer. Hey, I'm a killer.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.